Situations made a man of me. That is expected. I'm exactly who I plan to be. I looked my mama in the eyes and told her we gon' make it. How could I go anyway?
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the L.U.V podcast. You have your host here, Love Jones.
And it's your boy Drake.
Shout out to Martin Luther King.
Shout out to Mr. I Had a Dream himself.
You feel me? He did the speech in Rocky Mountain. For those who don't know, you feel me? You can YouTube it. Um, but yeah, bro. Speaking of Martin Luther King, bro, we're gonna get straight into it. How do you think the portrayal of like black culture is now? Like, do you think do you think our image is good overall, or do you feel like it's detrimental?
Um, this is what I say. To be completely honest, like I can only speak on what I see on a regular basis, especially with social media and everything. So, um, I don't see a lot of us in a positive light. Like I'll say, like all the time, like because I'm either seeing women doing degrading things like online 9 times out of 10. I'm either seeing drama in families or between people 9 times out of 10 fighting, two black men or two black women fighting. I'm not seeing a lot of the positive stories that I would like to see
Yeah,
on a regular basis. Um, I wish we could have more of that, like all the time, like us more so like praising each other, more so than like just doing whatever we want to and just spewing out content on these social media platforms. So I can't necessarily say as a whole if it's good or bad, just based off of what I see though. I don't like it. But
yeah,
um, you know,
yeah,
we also have more technology than our parents and our grandparents had, so we're exposed to a lot more, and without being responsible with that type of technology, it's really hard to do the things that our parents or grandparents or great grandparents even were doing back in the day, as far as like with activism and just uplifting each other.
yeah. With the with activism, bro. To that point, real quick, like they done killed all the leaders, and so I feel like a lot of people don't want to step into that role. Uh, you know what I mean? Because they get killed.
9 times out of 10, or either like your leadership position just ain't as big. You can't get to a certain level without like being scrutinized on a high level. Which I mean, that's really like anybody, but it's really hard to
Yeah,
be a Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or a Coretta or a Rosa Parks like right now, because everybody got a phone. We might see you doing something that's outside of that activism play that you just made, or either
and people
somebody
gonna
gonna expose
criticize
you.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or either somebody gonna expose you. So everybody got something to say now, and it's readily available. So we can't always protect that same image like we could without the technology.
yeah. No, for real. Like, and I feel like from my point of view, what they what they're pushing on the mainstream like is negative. I want to say like stereotypical type of roles for us. Um, you know what I mean? And what I mean by roles is like when it comes to music, when it comes to like um, just what we see, like even in the presidential what's it called, like debates, like they have rappers up there, which is okay, but is that the representation for us? Like, what's the point of having rappers or instead of like people who are, and that's for both sides too, either Trump or Kamala. Like it was rappers on both sides. So what is the point of having those type of people as spokesmen? Um, and and that's okay, like to have them up there. But what wasn't plastered is I didn't keep track of the presidential like debates and stuff. So I could be wrong, but I didn't see any other people being like broadcasted that's from the black culture. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
not saying people got to be perfect to be up there to speak. You know what I mean? I don't honestly like for I guess kids, for people who are very impressionable, having somebody up there like a rapper would probably make them tune in more. You get what I'm saying? But like for people who actually want to be um, educated and learn more about either side, all right, who else are y'all going to bring up there? That's that's going to portray us in a good light. Once
That's
again, I hate to keep deflecting, but you know it's a sticky topic. So I'm not saying that they was portraying us good or bad. I'm just saying for those people to be, um, I guess, spokesmen for the culture. Like, why were they the only ones that's being blasted in the mainstream? I should say.
right.
Yeah,
But you got like you gotta think a lot of people aren't always voting because they want to like a lot of people aren't always voting because they really are looking for as much information as possible. A lot of people vote based off of emotion.
they do.
They
Yeah,
they vote based off of perception
yeah,
of the candidate.
yeah,
So I mean, and if you trying to look cool, then you're gonna get the cool people to step on stage with you. It might not be the right play, but
yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But when you're trying to target specific demographics and just like meet that target audience count that you're trying to get to, I
yeah,
mean, you're liable to do some things that's outside of your normal wheelhouse.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
We
sure.
see that with artists themselves though, like doing different things outside of what we normally see them do just to appeal to another audience. So
Yeah,
it's nothing new. It's just on a bigger scale because this is the leader of our country.
for sure, for sure. And I want to say too, like I guess no, this ain't even no guess. Like negativity is always pushed out more than positivity.
For
Like,
sure.
and I think that's in everything. I want to say not just our culture. And another thing, there's black people all over the world. You get what I'm saying? Like different parts of not just United States black people. Like you know what I mean? We got black people in Canada. It's black people everywhere. I ain't gonna just name out each country. It's black people in each country, and you know what I mean. But of course, we want to highlight the culture that's here in America because that's what we normally see. So I know that there are people who are actually doing things that are positive, like you know what I mean, like a 19 keys, like um, you got people like Black Sands Entertainment, Quelly TV, like these are all black owned. Well, 19 Keys, of course, is an influencer, but I'm saying like Black Sands Entertainment, black owned anime, you know what I mean, have black superheroes. You get what I'm saying? That's not being pushed a lot on Quelly TV, black owned, positive black content, black owned content. You know what I mean? Like they have children's programming. They have programming for everybody, but they
Right.
also have kids content. But that's not being pushed. And I wanna know why. Like, when would the shift happen for us to, for the positivity to be pushed? That's my. That's what I want to know. It's my.
I feel like it's coming in small doses.
Yeah.
I feel like it's better than it was.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, shoot, in the last, what is this, 2025 right now? So in the last like 6 years,
Yeah.
2019. So yeah, around like that 2019, 2020, we start seeing that shift of everything starting to get a little bit better as far as people even trying to publicize those conversations on social media and trying to be a more positive like influence and also spokesperson or just being better as people online for the black culture. We
Yeah.
just started seeing that shit from around like 2019, even 2018, because I want to say even Earn Your Leisure might have started in 2018. Like that's when we really started seeing them 2018, 2019 before COVID hit. And then that's when you had the rise of like 19 Keys and like everybody else coming out the woodwork then because we seen it was possible
For sure.
for us to be positive and still reach that high level.
Yeah. And another thing too, like, people are looking for you to mess up, and then they quit to criticize you. Like, yeah, see, I told you, you know what I mean? So and so ain't who we thought we was, and it's just like, at least they trying to do something to better not only themselves but for their community. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, over the past couple of years, we noticed that a lot of celebrities in the black culture, like especially black men, um, have had some heinous, real disgusting allegations thrown at them, right?
Yeah.
And and I look at comments because I be interested, like, I be trying to look and see what people are saying about these people, like, oh, I always knew so and so was like this, or like, man, I'm glad to see so and so fall, like, and it's just like, why? Like, why are you waiting for somebody to fall? Now, if they did it, yeah, fall. Like, hey, if you did it, you did any of them allegations, like any of them allegations true, like, yeah, you gotta get out of there. You're abusing your power. You, yeah, you're not good for the black community. Those allegations, like, man, they some crazy allegations for a lot of them. I ain't gonna name any specific person, but you name X black male celebrity, you know what kind of allegations they got. If they accuse, if those are true, some of them have been found to be true, or they've been found guilty. Like, yeah, they don't need to come back. But a lot of people are looking for the negative in someone that is trying to portray them in a certain way,
Right.
in a better light, I should say.
I mean, you're gonna have that, bro.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, if you're doing good things, people are gonna dig a little deeper,
yeah,
you know? Because just because you're doing good things, people always want to, like you said, people always want to find that dirt on you just
yeah,
to see, like, are you the person who you say you are? Because to be completely honest, a lot of us aren't. Like, a lot of us have done our dirt, like our share of dirt. It might not be to the same extent as some of these other people, but like we've all done something that we might not either A are proud of or might have been frowned upon in like general society.
yeah,
So you're always gonna have somebody that's gonna pick you apart.
for sure.
Like, shoot, even when this when we reach a certain level with this podcast, bro, you can just go ahead and know people gonna go right back to your Facebook from 2012, gonna go
Yeah,
right to your Twitter and see what you tweeted back in 2009.
for
Like,
sure.
it don't, you know,
I was wilding as a kid. But that's what I'm saying. They try to they're gonna go and dig like, oh yeah, Mike Mike did this back in the day, or Drake did this back in the day. Like he ain't who he say. Like bro, nobody is perfect, bro. We all got like skeletons in our closet. Like some
Sure.
bigger than others. Like you get what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
like just cause somebody makes a mistake, don't make them different than who they say they are.
Right. Because we all change and a lot of us can
Yeah,
get better
yeah,
as people.
exactly. And we all evolve. Like I might not be on the same wavelength that I was like 2020, like or when we first started this podcast. Like I may be on something else, bro, and that's okay. Like
For
we gotta
sure.
move on.
Shoot. I mean, and as long as you got a good PR agent, bro, you can get out of anything.
For real.
And a
Or
good lawyer.
don't address the allegation. Don't address nothing.
Shout out to Thug.
Yeah.
Look, we home.
Yeah. Don't address nothing. But yeah, bro. Like I was just thinking about that because I seen a video about how like some black content creators and what's being pushed out like on YouTube, like in the YouTube algorithms, and it's just like, all right, kids can find certain types of content. You get what I'm saying? And I understand that that's going to happen regardless, but like certain trends, for example, do they harm us or is it harmless or is it just for strictly entertainment?
Right.
And like for example, like stuff I don't watch, but like you see the rise of like 20v1, things like that. Like I could be missing some other stuff, but I'm gonna just name that for example. Like
Shoot, pop the balloon.
yeah, all
Yeah,
that
all those types
ain't
of pieces of content.
ain't my cup of tea, and I can't really comment on it because I haven't like I've seen clips, but I don't know. Like I haven't seen a full episode to really be like, oh nah, this is wild. Like this gotta go. But like um things like that, like I'm always cautious for kids to stumble across certain things and think that this is how situations
Everything,
should be
right,
for real.
everything is cool. They think it's
Yeah,
cool. It's
and that's
trendy.
not real life.
It's
It's not.
not.
Like,
It's
yeah,
not. It's not cool to put yourself on a chopping block just for views. Like
yeah. You feel me?
that's not it.
You exactly like it's fast views. You get what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, I really think that overall, our culture ain't really being detrimental to us, but the positive things need to be pushed out more
But for
because
sure.
negative news sells so much faster than positive news.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I really, I really hope that the positivity in our communities will be pushed to the forefront because it's easy to say, man, we coming back as like we backtracking as a community, but we got to get with the times and see how we can progress with what's going on now. Like it's easy to
Right.
say, it's easy to look back and be like, oh yeah, back then we was doing X, Y, Z. And now look at how we are now. It's just like, okay, but you got to see how we progress since then as well.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
like that's for everything too. But speaking of looking back, hard. Speaking of going back in the past, so when
That's insane, bro.
oh, that was wild, bro. That was crazy, bro. Oh, that was crazy. But all right, and I lost my train of thought. So when you was a kid going into college, did you see yourself as the man you are today?
Absolutely the hell not.
For sure. But is
Absolutely.
that a good or bad thing too, though? It don't have to be
Um, it's a little different because I envision myself as a more disciplined person, or of me being a more disciplined person when I hit 30. Like, um, I'm turning 30 on April 5th of this year. So I, as a 18 as an 18-year-old going into college, thinking, oh snap, even shoot, I'll bring it back. Even at 25, I
Yeah,
thought I was gonna be in a different position at 25 when I was 18.
for sure.
And life has a funny way of really showing you how fast time really goes.
Yeah,
And it's if you're not disciplined, which I'm not as disciplined as I want to be right now, so that's a negative for me. Um, then you will not reach the goals that you think you're gonna reach,
for
like
sure.
just in general. And I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm not saying like I hate my life or anything, but like
Uh,
I knew at had I known at 18 what I know now about discipline and being more disciplined and staying on track and being more consistent, then I probably would have reached all my goals by now.
for sure.
But it's still not too late. Like Gary V say, bro. Like even at 50, bro, you still young enough to reach your goals. Like don't think just because you 30 and don't got the car you want, the house you want, the relationship you want, or the type of friends or the type of lifestyle that you want that it's too late. Because it's never too late to get that together. A lot of the best companies, a lot of the biggest companies that we see now were created by people who were past 30.
Facts.
So you know what I'm saying? Like it's never too late. So that's kind of what I live with right now is just incrementally trying to get better every day,
For sure.
making sure I get better every day.
Facts. Me going into college, I would say like I had a YN mindset. I had a microwave mindset. I was just gonna get big off the clothing line that I had. Even well, that was before like so I didn't even have a clothing line yet. So I going into college, like I really didn't even set a goal to graduate. I know that don't make sense, but like I didn't know what to expect. I was really just going with the flow. But when I had the clothing line, my head got inflated. So I really wasn't focused on school anymore.
Right.
Like
It was all ego.
even though I was in school for 3 years, I wasn't focused on school at all.
Yeah.
Like unless I had to buckle down. But so that kind of set the tone of how I handled things since I left school. And over time, I slowly kicked that habit of not focusing on the bigger picture
Right.
because it's easy to just go with the flow. Like you supposed to live life in the present moment. If you overthinking about the past, you can't get the past back. Or if you thinking too far in the future, well, what you do now shapes your future. And so you supposed to live in the present moment, but to live life without expectations or guidelines for yourself, without discipline, of course, like you're just gonna go in a circle for real. And
That's
and I
very
feel
true.
like that. I'm not saying that I'm not the man I thought I would be, but I am. I am the man that is the result of how I was thinking back then,
Right.
of how I was living life back then.
Yeah.
And now that you talked about discipline. Now that I understand, like just because I am an adult, I could do what I want. I can't do everything that I want
Yeah.
because it's not beneficial to me. And you know, now I'm thinking bigger picture. Like I never thought going to college, like I never thought about actually having a family. You get what I'm saying? Like I've always said, yeah, I want kids, but I never sat down and really thought about what does that look like, bringing a kid into this world, or Not saying I have one on the way. I'm just saying like I don't have one on the way. But like, I what does it really mean to have a family? And what type of man do I want to be when I do have a family? Like I
Yeah.
never thought about that as a kid. Like I really didn't set those type of expectations for myself. So now that I am doing that, I I can't wait to look back now, um at 25 when I get to 30. Um I can't wait to see how I progressed since then. Now that I have those type of bigger picture expectations for myself. And another thing too, like I don't think is good or bad the I guess the expectation that we set for ourselves or what we thought we would be is not good or bad that we are either there or not where we want to be at because you can set a plan all you want, but we don't plan for the unexpected.
Right.
And sometimes, roadblock might force us to really change paths because it
Yeah.
might be that bad. You get what I'm saying? So, or it might be something that is too hard to overcome in that moment, or what we doing is not working. So it's a lot of things that I would say like when you're forced to sit down and really think about the next step, like or start over. You get what I'm saying? I don't really think it's a good or bad thing. It's just we had to go through what we went through in order to have the mindset that we do now.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's really just how it plays out. Like the only thing that you can control is how consistent you are with working towards your goal. That's
Yeah.
it. There's
Yeah.
always going to be uncontrollables in your life, and you control what you can control. And
For
the only
sure.
thing that you can't control in this life is you and your actions. So long as you're working towards your goal, you should get there. If you don't, keep working to get there. Like that's it. Like that's the only thing you can do. You can't take it too hard when you don't reach your own goals. Unless you were physically not doing what you were supposed to do. Then
Yeah.
that's why you didn't reach your goal. You got to be real with yourself. Like I didn't do
Yeah.
exactly what I was supposed to reach this goal. Now
Yeah.
you won't know exactly what you need to do to reach your goal unless you plan it out.
For
So
sure.
you absolutely have to have a plan to reach that goal.
Yeah.
And if you don't think, if you don't know how to write that plan out, you should always consult with someone who's already done what you're looking to do. If
Yeah.
you can find someone who's done what you're looking to do, that's in your immediate circle. There's plenty of people on Reddit, there's plenty of people on Instagram, Facebook, there's plenty of groups that you can go into and you can find someone who's done what you that you want to do
Mm-hmm.
and reach out to them for help, bro. It's nothing bad about reaching out to someone for help, even a random person, because you never know who will actually give you the help that you need to get there. Because all of us have been in this situation that you're in because we were all at square one at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
That's
just be open to help and make your plan, and you'll get there. I wish someone would have told me that as an 18-year-old instead of being like, oh, once you go to college, like you get out of college, blase blase, you get a job, this, that, and the third. Ain't nobody tell me what happens in the middle or what I need to do in the middle or how consistent or how hard it was going to be to stay consistent in college.
yeah. Exactly. Cause I was telling my homie the other day, like I really feel like as far as the experience that you get from college, like you can't really get that from anywhere else.
Correct.
And so
At no other time in your life
no,
either.
no other time either. Like
From
that
18 to
time,
21, 18 to 22, that's really the only time frame in your life that you will be able to I gotta find out another word. Oh, to like say to really say screw it or forget it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not really have any not having
Yeah.
any consequences
Nah,
for
facts.
real during that time. Like you really got that time to do whatever you want to do within reason.
Yeah, I feel like for the experience, it's important for people to go just for the experience because it's the best place to network. It's
Yeah.
the best place for all your resource that you need. Like now, like colleges got counselors. They got I'm pretty sure they got like therapy resource that you can go to on campus. Like not only that, like you get to establish a little bit of how real life is going to be because
It's
you're
not a
only
lot.
not
Damn,
no
like
no
it's probably like 5% of my real life out to be. I ain't gonna lie.
it's a foundation of um how you're going to handle your free time. You get what
Yes,
I'm saying?
absolutely.
And what are you going to do? Like you're going to be faced with a lot of new, I want to say, situations. Let's
Yeah,
put it in layman's terms. Like you're going to be faced with a lot of new situations and you're going to have a lot of new opportunities. And
good or bad.
yeah,
Good
good and bad.
or bad.
And so now, like you with college, you get to you. That's really gonna. I ain't gonna say shape your life. Like that's a little bit far, but like building the stepping stones of how you handle things, handle adversity, handle like deadlines. How do you go about like processing new emotions or new uh situations that you've never been faced with before? Like you get what I'm saying? So like I say all that to say because I didn't handle things the right way in college because I was faced with opportunity that I'd never been faced with before. It kind of like when I left school, I kind of was handling things in that same way.
Right.
Now, without all the resources, it's 10 times as hard to go through a lot of stuff because I don't have those resources readily available. Um,
Absolutely.
so
I really think college should have a life planning course. Like college should
yeah,
really enact a life planning course. Like, look, in here we're gonna show you how to we're gonna show you what a day to day life, what your day to day life will look like. We're gonna need you to write out a plan for the year. And we're gonna need you to enact this plan, and at the end of the year, we're gonna evaluate your grade based off of if you reach that goal or not,
for sure. Like,
and do checkups throughout the semester. Um, it's very important that these kids understand what to do outside of those walls of a college campus because it get real out here, man.
yeah,
It gets real out here. Even if you back living with your parents, some people are fortunate enough to go back and live with their parents and actually be able to move and be successful based off of the connections that their parents got or either how they were raised. You know what I'm saying? Because people were raised different. Some people do come to college with that type of mindset, like I'm already consistent and disciplined enough to handle this.
yeah, exactly. Like,
But some
it's,
of some of us weren't. I wasn't. I grew up like a kid who had everything already done for them. I was baby for real, like as a kid.
for sure.
So with all of that, and plus I grew up in a 2 woman household instead of like having my dad in the household with me. I grew up in a household with my mom, and my grandmother. So everything that I needed done was already done for me.
Yeah, they nurturing.
Yeah,
A lot of nurturing. It's not a lot. It's a lot of not saying emotional, like a lot of bad emotion. I'm just saying like the house is filled with a lot of emotions, whether that's nurturing, whether that's caring for you, tending
yeah,
to you, make sure that you're taken care of. Um, and I was the same way, like, grew up with my mom nurturing, but my mom was, hard working. Like she really made sure that everything was taken care of. And so like that can make you live life on passive mode. And like yeah, it's gonna work out regardless. And so I don't have to do
Right.
that. But especially as a man, we cannot live like that. Like
Yeah,
at
absolutely not.
you cannot live on coast mode. Like um is you have to think logically and without emotion and without the thought of I'm not saying when I mean without emotion, I really mean that whether you feel like doing like I talked about on the last podcast, you have to do what you need to do. Um if you physically can't, okay, take a step back for rest. But other than that, you have to do what needs to be done because you know what I mean, we are the order of the household. You get what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
things aren't going to be taken care of if you don't take care of it.
Right.
That's period. So that's on you. So yeah, bro. Now that was a good one. That was a good conversation. But yeah, like as far as my future goals, just be disciplined. And and whatever I say I do, be consistent and be disciplined with it. Because being disciplined is the separator. Like I think you have to be disciplined in order to get ahead in life. I don't even like especially
Literally,
now. It's not even a point
not
where
too
you can just be inconsistent anymore.
not too many people can just stumble into like success. Like it's really hard to just stumble into some successful like lifestyle.
Yeah, it's super rare. Like and people that's another thing they don't highlight the work enough. Um you
That's
know
real.
they don't highlight the work. They highlight the highlights. That's all like the the big product. And I feel like another thing that's detrimental to everyone, not just black culture,
Yeah.
is the I want this type of lifestyle, but you don't see the countless hours people put in. Um, I was watching Club 520 shout out to their podcast. Um, it was Jeff T was talking about how James Harden uh essentially ruined basketball in a way because kids think that the step back that he does or like the flashiness how he plays is easy, but they don't understand that he established the fundamentals. He learned rules. He what he can and cannot do. Like it ain't hard. I mean, it's very hard to average over 30. You get what I'm saying? That's not
In the
that's not
National Basketball Association, absolutely.
that's not that's skill. Like the the best of the best scorers can get to that point. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and so, and I say all that to say, like, we always looking at the finished product, and people think that it's easy to get to that finished product. I was one of them. I thought I could do XYZ for a little small amount of time and get results. Like the world never ran like that, never operated like that.
Yeah.
Nothing nothing worthwhile has happened overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a accumulation of time and consistent effort. Good or
Absolutely.
bad, good or bad. Like
I even say like even with like Gary Vee started posting videos in I want to say 2006 on YouTube, and I think it was like Wine Talk or Wine Library TV, something like that. Gary Vee really didn't pop off on social media until like 2019, like at the beginning of like or 2020, like the beginning of COVID.
facts.
You know how long that man consistently, bro, from 2000. As a matter of fact, I think it was 2006 to 2011. He posted multiple times a week on YouTube.
Yeah,
Barely getting views, bro. Barely getting views.
for sure.
and now he's one of the biggest one of the biggest like influencers, spokespeople, businessmen out right now. It
Yeah,
takes time, bro.
it take
And
time.
he was probably in his 30s, like when
Yeah,
he started that. I think Gary Vee might be in his 50s now, or either like late 40s.
yeah. Like things take time. Like, bro, like everything worthwhile takes time. Um,
Yeah,
everything, bro. And I had a point I was gonna make, but I forgot it. But yeah, like man, consistent effort in whatever we want to do, regardless of the views, you doing it for not even. You got to think bigger picture. It's not even for you anymore. So like whether you get one like, it's not for you. It's for the bigger pictures for the generation that's after us. It's not for us. It's easy to get caught up in the likes, the views, and the comments. Like we ain't
yeah,
like most one hit wonders don't last long. Like they're for the moment. Because that record is not sustainable, or they got big so fast that's not sustainable because they didn't have anything else leading towards that. But if you have catalog built up and you happen to blow up overnight, where you have something that's sustainable, because it's a steady. You get what I'm saying? If you having a steady growth and then you have skyrocketed, now you can maintain it because you already been doing it.
yeah,
But if you just, oh, I dropped my first song and it blew up. I got a billion views. How you gonna replicate that? Like it's hard. So
yeah, yeah. Because you damn near don't even know what you did to get that. Like it just happened to be in the right time, right place. So yeah, like even with some artists, it take them 7 years before they like 7 to 10 years before they even get their first bit of like feeling like the work was worth it.
yeah, bro, for real, bro. And it's all about work ethic for real. And definitely got to improve mine. But comment below, how do you feel our image is being portrayed? Um, Black culture or your culture in general. How do you feel like your culture is being portrayed? Remember, everybody, it's all love, and we out.